What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Cardano today, ADA. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. It is the 16th of December right now. We are in the early hours of the day, 18 hours, 24 minutes left in the day here. I've got some exciting stuff that I want to talk about, some stuff that I think is a really big deal, and it's something that I'd never had known about the charts of Cardano. And I think anybody holding Cardano would be interested to know. It's a very bullish thing. So, but before that, we'll get into some of the standard stuff, right? So, looking at the RSI here, you were overbought, seeing some consistent readings, right? Just beautiful move up, good job. And here you are now, lower lows in your RSI, finding higher lows in the price, beautiful. Staying above the 50, love to see it. I absolutely do believe that you have found your low. It's very uncommon. However, it does happen, and specifically it happens in extremely bullish moves, which I think we've got all the implications to tell us that this is a very bullish move, that you find support at the 236. Almost always you go to the 382, but there are a lot of cryptos right now that are finding support at their 236 and are looking to break out higher. So if Cardano were to move down, maybe it's at $1.08 now, maybe it moves down to 77 cents at its lowest, but I don't think it does, right? Maybe you do that and then you pump back up later. It's possible, but I don't think it does. If it were to happen, it'd probably happen early this week, and then at the end of this week and going into next week, we'd start moving up again, right? But I think you hold this area, as uncommon as it is. I think you hold this area. I think your RSI suggests that you hold this area, and you continue to move up from here, right? You've had your initial move up. You went on pause, and now you're going to resume the rest of your move up, which I think will take you to, if not $2 more dollars. We're going to figure out where that is. Looking at the weekly time frame here, pretty overbought in the weekly as well. The last time that you had similar readings to this, right, you topped off here. You consolidated a little bit at longer than you've been consolidating now, actually, and inevitably still did grow, but it was different kind of circumstances, wasn't it, right? This was coming off of your bear cycle lows, right? You had your first kind of move up there after the bear cycle blues. You moved back down. You got above the green line here, this 123, this moving average line. You got above that line, but you didn't live above it for too long. You found resistance on it time and time again. Here you are finding a higher low, right? You're done with your bear cycle. You're well done with your bear cycle. Different kind of circumstances. Higher low, right? You've already been primed here, and now your 123 moving average, it's a little bit lower than it was back here. You're well above it, and it's pointed upwards. So you've got all these like bullish kind of dynamics taking place here, right? When this moving average starts to turn upwards, you can see last time, right here, things really kicked off. You had your initial move up, okay, and your moving average wasn't tilted upwards yet, but once price started to get away and it moved that average sloping upwards, that's when things really started to go. So I mean, I think right now you're in the middle, kind of comparable to like this positioning here of this overall move, in respects to the same kind of thing. I think that you are on your way to seeing new all-time highs. It could be by the end of this move. It could be by the end of January. If not by the end of January, you're at new all-time highs. I would think it's like April or May, but there is a very serious possibility that Cardano would be worth more than $3 by the end of January, and I want to talk about that. So from a high to a low, hold on. Okay, high to low, you're at your golden ratio zone, consolidating right above it. You didn't even hit your 0.5. You didn't even pull back to the 0.5. You tried to. I guess you did, actually, right here, right? You kind of did, whatever. But this is really bullish phase consolidation here around this area, not pulling back down to the 382. I very much do believe that you're going to see an immediate move, a rapid move up to your 786, 886 zone. You could find resistance there, and that's at 232 to $1.80. You could find resistance there, but I don't think you moved up here, went on pause right here to just stop right there. I think that you do go higher. I think that you do see new all-time highs, and I think that if we take another fib to kind of gauge from, we might find some things that agree with that. From a high to a low here, this high to this low, you can see you're in your primary expected zone, whatever, primary extended zone. If and when you break above $1.57, $1.58, that's your golden extension there, the orange line. You likely will go to your secondary extension zone, which is anywhere from the 1886 to the 2618, which is all the way up here. So again, I don't think that whenever it comes to breaking this high, I don't think that by the end of January you're going to see this target. That's the minimum target of this fib from a high to a low. the minimum targets here. I don't think that you're going to go there by the end of January, but I could see you being at new all-time highs. So where would that take you, right? The two fib targets that I like that are in this secondary target zone, which again, when you break above $1.57, $1.58, you break above that golden extension area, your next target zone would be the secondary target area. The two targets that I like are $3.20 to $4.63, somewhere in that zone, right? It's completely possible that you could move up, you form a slightly higher high or even maybe potentially a slightly lower high, you find resistance in this zone and you kind of consolidate, you give that double top look. It's completely possible, and personally, that's more what I'm expecting for Cardano by the end of January. But there is a real possibility as well of going as high as 463. You could progress higher and continue. I certainly do think that you will hit these areas and beyond going into April and going into later parts of the year. But I think you might have this scare. You might have this look of like a double top, and I'm going to delete all the colors there. I think that you might have a scare of a double top. You'll consolidate there for a little bit, and then you'll start to move up higher. But it's nothing to be scared about, right? Moving up and consolidating at your all-time highs, that's not a bad thing. So I think that you are going to continue to move up. You're at $1.08 now, essentially calling for something around, I guess anywhere at a minimum, at a bare minimum, by the end of January, I would say $1.80. But more likely, I would think that you're going to be anywhere from like 230 to 320, somewhere in that zone, with the absolute maximum potential, I think, of 463. And of course, that's what I'm saying is the maximum potential, but you never know, right? This is crypto. You never know. Crazy things can happen. But I think I've run out of things to say. I don't really have anything else that I want to say. This move down, this whole bear market, this sideways action that you had here, this is really a bullish kind of like W phase that you had. I really do like this bottoming pattern that you had. That's all I'm trying to say. Building out of this bullishly, it makes sense that you would, because it's a very nice bottom. I don't think that it stops here. I think that it continues. With that, I'll leave you. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. Bye-bye.